So, good morning everyone. My topic for today is all about auditing the human resource program. So, in this highly competitive world, improvements in the delivery of services are very crucial to the success of the organization. So, improving the HRM program is one concern where the organization can reap benefits. An improvement may be translated into achieving administrative efficiencies, which are important factors in sharpening the competitive edge of businesses. So, one way of determining efficiency and effectiveness of the human resource management program is through audit. So, in finding the right from the exercise, will provide clues on how the organization can better achieve its objectives. So, the HRM program audit and its advantages. So, when properly implemented, an audit of the HRM program will provide the following advantage. So, if human resource is used as a primary competitive weapon, an audit will pave the way for full utilization of its potential. So that human resource management is one of the most competitive weapon that organization uses, because HRM was gina-evaluate, gina-train nila ang mga employees within the organization. So, an audit paves the way of opportunities as follows. So, first, the evaluation of the HRM functions of planning, recruitment, selection, training, and development. So, second, the ensuring continuous improvement of HM activities. So, kung priority nila ma-improve ang HM program, so there's possibility na mag-improve good ang organization. So, next is ensuring compliance with the laws, policies, and regulations. So, within the organization, naman yung mga laws, policies, regulations. So, if sundon dito ayo sa mga employees, so the organization has kanang good ang organization. Next is improving the quality of the HR staff, promoting change and creativity, focusing the HRM staff on important issues, and bringing HRM closer to the line of managers. So, when auditing is done through on a regular basis, some valuable lessons may be learned, and this may be used to improve the design of the audit instruments. So next is conducting the HRM program. So an audit may be conducted by company personnel or the external consultant. So the advantage of the insider kanang personnel nga nasa organization kay he knows he is familiar with the company and is in a position to determine which HRM functions or activity requires evaluation. So next, internal audit, while ang internal auditors, however, are most often confronted with an organization environment not conducive to audit. So kanang, for example, kanagikan sa gawa sa organization dahil masulat siya nga organization, kanang maglisod siya nga magkuhan sa iyahang trabaho kasi mag-adjust pa siya sa sunod sa organization. So if an insider is considered to perform the audit, it may be undertaken by any of the following. So kung ang insider kanang sa sunod sa organization kanang ga-perform of audit, pwede ang undertake aning audit is the organization's chief executive or the CEO, the organization's HRM, or the organization's HR research department. So there are procedure in audit. So these are, the audit process consists of the following steps. So first is selling the ideas of the audit to internal customers, which are actually the various departments in the organization that will benefit from the exercise. A very crucial objective of this step is to get the commitment of top management. Next is organizing the audit team by selecting members with a broad range of skills. Training must be provided whenever required, gathering relevant data from various organizational levels. Third, gathering relevant data from various organizational levels. Fourth, preparing the audit report. Evaluation of the audit report by the HR department and line managers. Discussing the audit report with operating managers. Preparation of the operating managers' evaluation of the audit report. And lastly, incorporating corrective measures into the organization's subsequent planning activity. So those are the procedure in the audit. So measuring compatibility with organizational goals. The organizational goals and objectives are set by the top management, and this provide overall guides in the setting of the human resource policies and procedures. So the human resource audit must indicate the extent at which the human resource objectives are met. The audit must be able to identify also the specific areas needing improvement. So ang HRM sila ang magkuhan kung unsa itong mga area sa organization na kailangan siya i-improve. So determining compliance with laws and regulations are really meant to be observed and followed, or the organization will have to worry about the consequence of doing otherwise. Normally, the organization will establish a system that will take care of compliance. Consequently, there is a need for top management to know the various units are implementing the requirements for compliance. So, compliance means kanang pagsunod. So, sundon nimo ang mga laws, regulations, mga policies, so that ang top management kay sila man ang mag-observe, ang HRM sila ang mag-observe if the employees follow the rules and regulations. So if dili siya ma-observe, so there's possibility nga ma-worry ang organization because they are not following the rules and regulations. So next is the evaluating performance of human resource programs and functions. So the various areas of human resource management are expected to perform specific assignments which complement one another in meeting the overall objectives of the human resource program. So it is necessary that the performance audits of different human resource management areas remain. It is possible that one or more areas may not be performing according to the standards, and under such circumstances, the audit assumes a very important role. So next is indicators of the quality of work environment. So HRM plays a major role in maintaining a work environment conducive to good performance. So there are certain indicators which may be used for the following purposes. So first, ang HRM, they will determine the quality of work environment and to assess the performance of HR. So there are 4 indicators are as follows. So first, the employee turnover rates. Second, absenteeism rates. Third, occupational injuries and illnesses. Fourth, employee attrition survey. So what is employee turnover rate? So employee turnover refers to the movement into and out of the organization by the workforce. The stability of that force is indicated by that movement. Kana sa mga employee nga, for example, ang isa ka organization na siya branch. So ang employee, ibanin siya sa laing organization niya, ka-branch sa ilang organization kung asa siya gikan. So then ako yung ban ka na, for example, a new recruit needs orientation and train. Diba ang mga new recruit kaya ginapadala nila sa, ginapa-orient nila, ginapa-training nila before he can be expected to do some meaningful work. So if he resigns or mabalik siya sa lain organization, so all the efforts invested in him are wasted. So the company will have to replace him, spending time and money again for recruitment, orientation, and training. So on top of the wasted efforts generated by resignation, so the company may be saddled with a considerable number of untrained employees during critical periods in the company's operation. So in high turnover can be kadang primarily kanang sige bitaw balhin ng employees sa organization. It can be attributed to the following. Ang kanang balhin kanang mo resign. It's because low compensation so gamay siya sa salary. So second, faulty hiring practices, and last, poor management that leads to low employee morale. So dili kayo manage ang mga employees, so dili si low morale ang mga employee kay dili sanay kanang walay dili sila manage. Ha? Oh, dili sila matarong manage. So in computing employee turnover rate, so to determine the turnover rate of the organization, the following formula may be used. So TR, number of separations during the year, so mga employee na nabanggit of our organization, and the total number of employees at the year. I-times siya of 10. So for example, if there were 65 separations during the year, and the total number of employees at mid-year is 1,996. So the turnover rate is computed as follows. So turnover rate. So number of separations guys 65 by the number of employees at mid-year is 1,996. So i-times siya 100. So mukha siya equal to 3.25%. So
i-divide pa na ang 60.
Divide ang 65 sa 1,996 tapos i-times siya sa 100. So ang 14% nga na result kay mao siya ang rate nga maoy nga sanay rate sa every year sa organization nga mga kanang live turnover ng mga employees. So turnover rates indicate the effectiveness of HR programs. The rate becomes more meaningful when compared to the rates on the year. So, ang kanang rate sa ang result sa within the year, kung i-compare mo sa ubang organizations, kung makita nimo kung good pa siya or bad, kung taas pa kayo ang rates nga, primarily sila ma-1 o ganang employee, or okay ra ka nang dili ra kayo siya taas. So next is absenteeism rate. So absenteeism rates refers to the frequency by which employees are absent from their work. So when this rate is high, it may be an indication of poor employee morale and the failure of the HR program. So we all know naman kung sa absenteeism, di ba, kanang absent sa work. So however, no amount of motivation, financial or otherwise can eliminate absenteeism entirely, as there are no kanang dili mo avoidable ang kanang magsakit ta, accidents, family problems, and others. So absenteeism costs money to the employer because maka-cost siyang money kay, for example, di ba, mag-sick leave ka na kay naraman gyapon kay sweldo. So a high absenteeism rate may cause production delays, exposing the company to the risk of penalties arising from late deliveries of products to customers. So, kung dahil kay absenteeism, ang katong ilahang mga work, mapasagdaan nila, so, ma-delay yun ang ilahang production, kaya wala may ilahin mo yung sa iyahang trabaho, kaya naman po yung ilahin trabaho ba employees, so, ma-delay ang ilahang production. So, in computing absenteeism rates, the formula used for computing the absenteeism rate is as follows. So AR is absenteeism rate. So NWDL divide to AMA times NOW times 100. So AR absenteeism rate. While ang NWDL, number of worker days lost through job absence during the year, and NOW, number of workers, ang ANE, kaya paano siya kada average number of employees. So, for example, a company lost 16,000 worker days through job absences. So during the year, so the average number of employees was 1,000. So 1,000 kabok ang employees sa organization, and the number of work days for the year was 320. So the absenteeism rate is ang number of worker days lost through job absence during the year, like divide siya sa average number of employees and times siya sa number of work days. So 16,000 divide, so times ano mo, 1,000 times 320. So ang iyang result ato, i-divide siya, ang 16,000 i-divide siya ato, and then times mo siya 100, so the result is 5%. So ang absenteeism rates within the year ay 5%. So yan po nga, so when the rate of absenteeism is higher than the industry norm or the company's rate for the past year, so i-compare na po kung sa last year kay 6%, then kakarong year 5% na lang. So nagka-improve siya kay wala na kayo yung absent nga unless on the absence sa work. So further investigation is required so the cause may be determined and appropriate measures can be adopted. So reducing absenteeism kay dili nato siya totally nga ma-eliminate pero ma-paano ito siya less bitaw ang absenteeism through recognizing and rewarding. Like for example, ang reward nga makuha sa mga ang reward makuha ang isang ka-employee if perfect attendance siya. So if ingana man na rewarding or recognition sa ilaha, so ang mga employee ma-challenge sila nga dapat hindi sila ma-absent anay para maka-reward sila. So next is occupational injuries and illnesses. So a high rate of injuries and illnesses in the workplace affect production. It is imperative that accidents and illnesses be reduced if not eliminated through the use or reduction of the applicable measures. So dili man yun nato malikaya if there is in accidents within the kanang trabaho, like for example kanang magsimugbalay sa ito na construction ingana, for example na mamali bitaw ang pag-construct sa kasi kanang maghimo kanang for example ma-collapse ang imong himo daghan ka ang mga trabahante ang mga kuan. So useful formula for computing the rate of occupational injuries and illnesses is as follows. So incidence rate NII THWR divide siya into THWAA times TNWA times THWA times TNWA. So IR incidence rate, NII number of illnesses and injuries, THWAA total hours worked by employees for the year, total number of works employed, total hours of work per week, total hours. So lang siya example, for example, there are 25 number of illness injuries. There are 2,080 total hours worked by all employees for the year na siya. So 1,000 total numbers of workers employed sa organization. So 40 total of hours of work per week and 48 total numbers of weeks of work for the year. So using the formula, so the incidence rate is times ang NII divide siya sa THWAE, so ang result ay 0.01. So i-times siya sa 1,000 employees, then i-times siya sa 40 hours, and i-times po siya sa 48 weeks. So, ang result kay 19,200. So, I think kanina 19,200 kanina mga ang katong person na naka-ill and injury within the year. So, last is the